Hi guys, how are you all doing? Assalamu alaikum. I'm hoping you all are doing well. So, as I promised to you, the video that I made introducing my platforms to you, I'll be dropping videos, of course, on how to make maybe your relationship be better, marriage to work better, and we are going to talk about a lot of things. So today I want us to talk about what makes most relationship or marriages fail, because I feel it's a very important topic that a lot of people miss, and I feel it's something that most people don't consider, or rather it's a lot of what most people do that makes their relationship fail. And first and the most important thing is communication. You know, how you communicate to your partner about the issues that you guys are facing, it's very important. And what I mean by communication is you need to communicate with a lot of clarity, and you also need to communicate with a lot of respect. And what I mean is, if it's you, the husband, your wife has done something wrong to you, you don't always need to go to her, confronting her, yelling at her, telling her things that will hurt her, because at the end of the day there's no communication that you guys are going to have, because one, your communication strategy is very poor. Because how do you go to someone attacking them and expect you guys to have a communication? Like, it doesn't make sense. So it's good to, like, work on yourself first. Well, let's say I can talk about an issue of infidelity. So let's say maybe a wife cheats on the husband and vice versa. We're going to talk about uh, maybe the wife cheating or the husband. Like, it's one thing. Let's talk about cheating. We're not saying who cheated, but there's cheating in that relationship, right? So how are you going to communicate about that issue that has happened? Because let's not ignore the fact that most people who are in marriages, they have that issue of cheating and they never left. But most of you people are there to mislead others. You know, if a man cheats on me, I cannot stay in that relationship. Well, that's true. It's a tick for me. You can't stay in that relationship because you feel you are disrespected and a lot of things. But at times, I feel it's very important to have that open communication or conversation. And it's not you going to ask your partner, why did you cheat on me? It's about your partner realizing whatever they did hurt your feelings. And of course, maybe they'll start a conversation and be like, hey, can we talk? It's understandable if you show your frustration to that person, but it's also good to be mindful. And what I mean is, if you believe you still want your marriage to work, if you believe you still want your relationship to work, at times it's not all about yelling. At times it's not all about pouring your frustration. And if you will agree with me, the best method for you to heal when there's an issue, it's when you work on that issue yourself. And what I mean is this, it's something that I personally came to realize that it works. And that's what I believe it's something that you can do, and maybe it can help you in one way or the other. And what I mean is, the first question you're going to ask yourself, and that's what most people now tell other people, is, can you tolerate cheating? Yes or no? So if it's a no, there's no need for you to think, because whatever happened already crossed your boundary. So you're going to be done with it. It's okay if you want to move out, because maybe you will find another man who will never cheat on you. If there's that option, that's a good thing to happen, because who would love to be cheated on anyway? Nobody. But if maybe you try and listen to your partner, because I understand, here I'm going to support men a little. I understand there's a situation someone can put you through, and maybe it push you to do the unthinkable. I'm not saying cheating should be an excuse, but let's be realistic. Let's talk about things that really happen. Let's be real, you know, because this is Real Talk with Asha. We are real about things that we're going to talk about. I believe before you stay with someone, or before you start a relationship with someone, there are things that you guys need to talk about and understand each other with, so that when you start staying together, you will have your boundaries. Like maybe your guy knows, if I cheat on my partner, that's a deal breaker. Like they can't do that with me. If I shout at this person, if I don't do this and this and this to this person, I might end up losing that person. And if you guys had that conversation, or you had that communication of, this is what I'm expecting in a relationship, and this is what your partner is also expecting from you in a relationship, then I believe things should work easier, because you both are mature people. You both understand, I'm with this person because I love them. I'm with this person because I want to spend the rest of my life with them. So, how can I be a better person? And for you to be a better person, it's not about you pretending to be who they want you to be, but actually you doing what you're supposed to do. For instance, personally, I can't tolerate being disrespected. So, what am I going to do with that? I'll say this: if I do something, I hurt your feelings, come to me, address me with a lot of respect. Hey, you do this 1, 2, 3, 4, and I was not impressed with that. So please explain yourself. Why did you do what you did? And maybe I had a very good reason of what I did. And it's only that you didn't understand me. How you took the situation, or how you understood the situation, rather, was very negative. So I'll come clean and explain myself to you. I did this because of 1, 2, 3, 4. And after explaining things to you, maybe you'll be like, that makes sense. Actually, I didn't see things with that angle. So what worked there? Communication. You came to me, you communicated to me, I did something that does not impress you, and I explained myself why I did it. And what would help us there is, I will understand, maybe whatever I did was wrong. It was not necessary of me to do it. Or you will understand, whatever I did with a reason. It's only that you didn't understand why I did what I did. I don't know if I've made any sense. So it's very good to have a very good communication in relationship for it to work and to be productive. Again, emotional disconnection. And let me say something about love doesn't appear overnight. It fades when daily habits slowly weakens attachment. And what I mean is, maybe you have a busy schedule, after children's, like maybe you guys have a family, you don't prioritize each other, you don't have each other's time, you feel unappreciated, there's lack of intimacy, there's a lot of things that make relationship not work. So you guys need to put, both of you, a priority. Like, I need to make my wife feel comfortable in this marriage, I need to make my husband feel comfortable in this marriage. And how am I going to do it? I need to do 1, 2, 3 that I know my wife or my husband loves. You understand what I mean? So when there's emotional closeness, it goes and everything becomes easier. And that's why I'm saying, you two need to act like two matured adults, and you need to understand, this is what my wife loves or likes or wants. So either way, I'll try and be that person, not pretending, but I'll work on myself to fit in. Because remember, relationship is a two-way traffic. It's you meeting me halfway, and it's me meeting you halfway. You understand? So the other thing that makes relationships, or rather marriages, not work, it's unresolved conflicts. If you guys have unresolved conflicts, like you have issues, but you want the relationship or the marriage to keep on working, and yet you're not working on the issues that you guys are facing at that time. And what I mean is, you keep blaming each other instead of solving the problem that is there. You understand? Like, you want to keep the score, you want to keep your ego, you want to tell your partner, or to show your partner, I can never come and apologize to you, and yet you're the person who wronged the other person. Silent treatment, that will never solve the issue in marriage. Letting resentment pile up, you're hating your partner because of the issues that you're having. So how are you going to make your relationship perfect? How is peace going to be there in that relationship? It's not going to happen, because you have a lot of resentments towards your partner. And you know, one thing with resentment is like rust. Once it builds up, it eats away everything. Because if you have unresolved issue, that's where you keep on hating your partner because you feel you're not loved, you're not heard, you're not respected, you're not valued, and everything. And here I'm not talking about one person, I'm talking about both parties. So it's good to sit down. At times, you can even sit down alone. Ask yourself, what's happening? Am I at fault about these issues that is going on in my marriage or in my relationship? And if yes, how best am I going to handle this? Like, sometimes even having a good relationship with God helps you, because you can go and cry to Him. Tell Him, I'm facing 1, 2, 3 in my marriage. How can I do it? How can I be a better person? Because sometimes it's not always about you blaming your partner, and yet they are not the one who are wrong. It's actually you. You're the problem. So how are you going to be better? Listen to your partner. Know what they want. Understand what they want. Do what they want for the sake of you people having peace. You're not doing it out of pretense. You're doing it out of enjoyment. Because at the end of the day, if you have peace, if there's peace in your marriage, there's happiness. And that's all that matters. So something else that I'm going to talk about is mismatched expectations. And this is about wanting different financial lifestyle. We have different expectations, like around roles, affection, sex, time together. Let's be realistic. We have another partner grows, the other one is stuck. Let's be real. In marriages or in relationship, you will find, okay, we are not born in the same family. We were not raised the same way. So there's how you view things, and there's how I view things. So how are you going to stay as one? How are you guys going to work as a team? You're not supposed to live a different lifestyle from your partner. Remember, you're one. So whatever you do affects your partner, either positively or negatively. And whatever he also do, like, remember, I'm talking about relationship being a two-way traffic. I have to meet you halfway. You have to meet me halfway. And difference in roles is, maybe us as ladies, we expect the guy to be the one who's taking care of the house bills, water bills, everything, shopping, blah, blah, blah. Let's say your man is not that financially stable to do all that, and you're also working. You can come in. As a lady, you can come in. You tell your husband, you pay the rent, pay the water bill, electricity bill, but I'm going to help you in doing shopping. Like, in this house, we'll never lack food. I'll take that responsibility. That's going to be easy, because at the end of the day, your partner will feel we are working as a team. I'm not doing this alone. Another thing is, one partner grows and the other one is stuck. You're there, you're successful, everything is going on well with your life, but your partner is stuck. How do you think even other people outside are going to talk about you? You, the husband, is there out making millions, billions. Your wife is there at home, just sitting at home. People can't see anything productive out of her. Why? Why do you let that happen? Grow with your partner. You as the wife, you're there out making millions, billions. Your husband or your man is there stuck. Why? It's not all about always coming into your partner's life, giving them money. It's not always about money. It's all about lifting each other. And lifting each other, it's about you people making sure there is good communication. You respect each other. You know how to handle your issues. You understand? You know how to communicate. Like, generally, I believe 90% of relationship or marriage, it's all about communication. If you have good communication skills, everything works. Another thing is lack of trust, where I was, and I believe many people, maybe you are like, you are talking about cheating and you left that. Maybe somehow I didn't talk about it too much. So let's talk about it now. So maybe there's cheating, hiding money habits, broken promises, emotional affair, and inconsistent of behaviors. cheating. Like I said, there's someone who cheating is a deal breaker. Like it's a no for me. I cannot do it. So we're not going to talk about that so much because already you know cheating it's a no for you. But I know of so many marriages that people are still staying together and there have been that episode of cheating. And what happens, I believe, in most cases is they finally come to a agreement of talking and trying to understand what really happened. Because in some parts, we're human, we trip, we make mistakes, we are not perfect. Maybe your husband, let's say, because that's what happens mostly, men go out and cheat. Though even now in this generation that we're in, also ladies cheat, you know. So maybe your wife or now your husband felt they're not respected in that house, they're not heard, they're not loved, and so many things. I know you know what I'm talking about. And maybe there's someone out there who's somehow giving them all that. And what I always say is, until you stay with someone in your house, that's when you're going to know the real character of that person. But if you people are staying like in separate lives, like you're not living together, that person will live pretending. But the person you're staying with in that house, whatever is happening, it's because that's that person. That's who he, or who he is or who she is. That's their real color, you know. So it's good not to try and look outside. Like there's this girl, she respects me, and what she respects you because you're not staying with her. You won't know her. But your wife, the one you go to, you sleep with, you share the bed with, you eat with, you do everything with, go and talk to that person. Work your issues maturely. Tell her, I don't like you bringing your friends in my house because I feel I don't have time, I don't have privacy. And you, as the wife, just understand it's not, some things are not really necessary. If it's your friend, you can meet with them out, you go out, do your things. You understand? So another thing that I'm going to talk about is poor conflict resolution skills. Like, as I said, yelling, you're calling each other names. Instead of you being calm while solving the issues, you're like, the issues is scattered. Oh, like, you understand what I mean? Like, it's so bad. You don't need to create a scene for you to come to an understanding. Like, whatever I said hurt my partner, whatever I did hurt my partner, you know. And the other thing is neglecting the relationship, like not spending quality time. I talked about that. And like, you're not giving each other time because you're saying you're busy at work. You're never busy for someone you love. Something else is compatibility. Like, is there any chemistry? Like, do you really have that? You know, there's one thing that you saw in your partner before you even admitted that you love them, right? So you keep that going. It's, you know, if you married your partner, it doesn't mean that you now have them forever. You still keep, you have to keep on chasing them. It doesn't mean that you've now won. Like, finally you have them. You don't want, or you don't have to keep on working on having them in your life. You need to up your game. You can even do better for them to be like, wow, I made the right decision to be with that person, you know. Something else is external stress. You bring your money stress, your work stress, family pressure. Like, you need to handle things well. You have pressures from work when you're getting in that door. Remember, you're coming into your wife or your husband. Whatever issues you had, leave them out. And if you need to talk about them, come to me. Talk about the issues that you're facing, but don't let whatever you had at work, the issues you had at work, be the reason why you're having issues in your home. Something else is growing apart. Like, if each person isn't still choosing the relationship as they evolve, then distance grows because there's no love anymore. Understand? So guys, I hope whatever I talked about here helped you in one way or the other, because I was talking about things that are making most relationship and marriages don't work. And as you well know, this is Real Talk with Asha. Stay tuned. I'm going to post this video on my TikTok page and also on my YouTube page. YouTube is at Asha Speaks Podcast. TikTok is at Real Talk with Asha. And on my Facebook page is Asha Yasin. So thank you so much for your loyalty, and that means a lot. Bye, until next.